Man, it looks like I just can't stop doing this. I'm sending out videos. I don't want to necessarily rat out what our students are saying, but what I want to do is, as I send these videos out, to let our parents know, hopefully on Facebook, because I think that parents are on Facebook. That seems to be where they're at. I know the kids aren't on Facebook. They seem to be on Instagram and Twitter. But as parents, to let you guys know what your kids are encountering, ways to help them, and to let you know that as a parent, you're the primary catechist for your student. You're the primary educator. You're the primary coach. You're the primary influence on your student's life. And I am too. I'm the one that's responsible for my kids' lives. So I want to let you know kind of the things that your students are talking about. Last night we had our Mystagogy meeting. So it was our first meeting after confirmation. I've been giving you guys a stat that says that about 85% of our students leave the faith 10 years after they're confirmed, so within that 10 years. And most of our students start making that decision when they're 13, 14, and 15 years old. They're not solidified on it, but they start making that decision. They start planting the seeds of that decision. Well, we had 100 students who either went through their confirmation process in RF on Wednesday nights or in the summer, and 80-some students who go to 5-day school. So removing those 5-day students who continue to go to religion class, we offered the 100 students the opportunity to come down on a Wednesday night and talk about some controversial things, to talk about what to prepare for, how to get ready for what's coming their way. They've been strengthened with these gifts of the Holy Spirit. Now they're being sent out. What should they expect? And I'm not even kidding you, 15 students showed up. So that would mean that 85 students weren't there. And to be clear, I'm not saying that the 85 students that weren't there have now said that they're not Catholic anymore, but what I am saying is 15 students chose to continue to dive deeper in their faith, or their parents made them, and then 85 students chose not to because they had other things going on. And believe me, I know, I have one kid in sports right now, so what do I even know about the realities of middle school and high school sports? However, 85 students had other things going on, so I'm not saying, again, that they've left the faith, but I am saying, isn't it interesting that that's the stat that I always trot out, and here it's exactly 15 students showed up last night to say that 15% of our confirmation class that had typically gone on Wednesdays or in the summer was ready to dive into their faith again on Wednesday. Thought it was interesting. Either way, the things we talked about, I posed them 12 images, and I just put them up on the what do you call the thing you pull down? I'll say the board, the screen. I put 12 images on the screen, and these 12 images were 6 challenges, 6 things they were going to be challenged by as they grow older, that would challenge their faith, and 6 things that would help strengthen their faith. I didn't tell them what they were, I just put the images up there. They had time to write it down, and then they had time to discuss it in their groups for a few minutes. The 6 images that I posed as challenges were like agnosticism or atheism. Another one was relativism. Your truth is your truth, my truth is my truth. Another one would have been evolution. Another one would have been, I just put up a rainbow flag, and it said love is love. So, and what I meant by that one was anything that is in the realm of the LGBTQ situation that we find ourselves in America today. A following one was abortion, and then I put up like a sex ed chalkboard kind of thing to say, okay, sexual ethics in the church, how does that square with my life? As being 6 things that these students will be challenged by and potentially choose to leave their faith because of. On the flip side, I put up 6 images that will help someone grow in holiness. These 6 images, the first one was prayer, the second one was reconciliation, the third one was Eucharist, the fourth one was mortification, or if you think about Lent, like fasting, giving up things, denying yourself as Jesus says. Followed by that was community, and then finally studying your faith. So these would be 6 things that would help someone grow in holiness or help someone grow in their faith. As opposed to challenge them. Now, I got the challenges from a priest named Father Jonathan Meyer, who I listened to on YouTube, and I got the ways of holiness, or the methods to grow in holiness, by a priest named Father Braun, who's from Texas. So 2 priests that I thought had great points. And I think that's where we're going to go with this mystagogy thing. We're going to say, okay, you students are going to be challenged by these things, and you're going to have opportunities to grow in holiness. Let's debate these things. Let's discuss these things. Let's hear what you guys have to say about these things. I think we had a great time discussing last night, and I look forward to really diving into these issues that are experiential things in our kids' lives. So if 15 kids show up next time, it's going to be fantastic. If 10 kids show up next time, it's going to be fantastic. If your student wants to bring a friend next time, that'll be fantastic. The kids that are there, we're going to have a great time. So we hope to see you guys next Wednesday, and it'll be at 7:30 down in the PC.